Here with Reds first rounder Rhett Lowder, which this is a really cool event. I don't know if you've ever signed this many cards in this short of a time. So we're here with the eBay and Onyx, and you just signed some awesome cards, including a one of one that'll be a really unique opportunity for somebody to pick up. But have you ever signed this many cards this quickly?
Oh, well, ever since I got drafted, there's been a lot of cards come in. So, yeah, I think your hand gets tired for sure, but you just got to power through it.
You mentioned before we started that you were never really a huge collector. So being that you were a first-round pick, so many people are excited about you and want your cards. Is that like mind-blowing to you? Is that like a crazy concept?
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I mean, as a kid, I tried to collect for a while, and then I kind of gave up on it. But now, since I'm getting thrown back into like the trading card world, it's pretty cool to see the different cards. I mean, these cards are beautiful. So,
if you could collect one rookie card of a big leaguer right now, who would you want to grab?
I probably have to say my guy Ellie De La Cruz. Got to stick with the Reds. He'd be a good one to grab.
Unfortunately, too many people agree with you,
Yeah.
so you got to break out the bank to go get it. But switching to the baseball specific side, and I mean, it was such an awesome year. You know, watching what you did at Wake Forest, being one of the most dominant pitchers in the country. And I'll be honest, I was eager to see you throw professionally. But after that long year, I get it. You had to shut it down. But how eager after finishing out the year, pitching on the biggest stage in the World Series, and then having to sit for a little bit to recoup. How eager were you to get back on the mound for the Reds, and how did it feel to get back out there spring training and be able to throw?
No, it felt great to get back out there. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of the thing. Like, if you throw that many innings, it's just a part of it. You especially at this age, I mean, I'm not trying to overdo it, but it's definitely fun to get back out there, and especially in spring training, my first spring training, get out there with some of the big league team and do pretty well. It was fun. I'm looking forward to throwing again.
What have been some of the biggest differences, maybe? I know you haven't pitched in a professional game yet, but just even in the brief little stint that you've been able to throw in, just working out in camp and things like that, maybe some live ABs. Like, has anything stuck out as just a major difference from throwing on the mound in the college setting to now, in a professional setting?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's very intentional with their work. I mean, they're all professionals, and they've been doing it for a while. It's their job. But, I mean, other than that, the hitters just really know the strike zone very well. Like, compared to college, they're very confident. They know what's a strike and what's a ball. So they're very confident with that.
What about for you? I mean, you're a guy that has a really well-rounded arsenal, command the heck out of a handful of pitches. Yeah. What's been a focus for you? Like, someone that's like that, most people, I'm trying to find the third pitch. I'm trying to find a better feel for my secondaries, and I'm sure you could say that, but you're already pretty far along in that regard. What's been a focus for you to be ready as a professional and kind of make that next step?
Yeah, I think the main thing I've been there's two main things I've been focusing on. Is one's recovery, so it's going to be a little bit of quicker recovery than college is, and the next is just being consistent, like very consistent day in and day out, and taking pride in my work, and I think I've done pretty good at it so far.
What goes into improving your recovery?
There's a lot to do it, but I mean, there's really no excuse at this point. It's your job. So in college, it can be a little bit tougher. You have class and everything. So I've been on top of it, but it's something that I've been really focusing in on, trying to get as much sleep and then doing all the little things right.
Ice baths have been like a popular thing. A lot of minor league guys are telling me about the ice baths. Have you made that leap?
I do contrast baths pretty much every morning. Hot to cold, or cold to hot, finishing hot.
One of the last questions I wanted to ask is just more about that arsenal, because statistically speaking, you can look at each pitch and fill up the zone at around a 70% clip. They all performed really well, but is there a certain, outside of the fastball, like which are your secondaries you feel like you have the most command with, or at least the most confidence with?
Yeah, so I throw two different fastballs, so they kind of play off each other, but I think it makes my changeup play up. It's been something that I've kind of thrown the same way my entire life, and it's just kept developing. So it's something, when you've thrown it the same way for so long, it's like I can feel like I can throw it in my sleep, so it's probably my most confident pitch.
When you have the development track that you've had, and now everyone talks about Wake Forest, and you're a big part of that in terms of showing the success of pitchers that have gone through Wake Forest, and now it's becoming such a popular place to go. What can you speak to about how it helped you continue to improve and reach the heights that you already have, and why is Wake Forest becoming the factory that it is?
Yeah, no, I'm super grateful for my opportunity at Wake Forest. It's close to home, so that was good. But outside of Carolinas have good baseball, but outside of that, it's just the unlimited resources they have. They put a lot of money into player development. You've seen the pitching lab is a big thing, but outside the pitching lab and just the resources they have, it's the team they put together, the coaching staff. All those resources wouldn't be that helpful if you didn't have a team that utilize it and that know what they're talking about and how to get each guy better. So I think that's where they still have the advantage, because a lot of teams are trying to put in the lab, but they don't have the team that Wake has, and you can see it from the guys, the arms they've gotten drafted and continued on the pro ball.
Were you always able to just kind of put it wherever you wanted, or was there a point in time where that kind of clicked for you, command-wise, delivery-wise?
Yeah, I always kind of threw strike. I didn't really know very early, but I just always threw strikes, and I kind of had to put it where I wanted. I didn't always throw hard and have good stuff. So in high school, I was a really skinny kid that didn't throw very hard, so I had to kind of put it where I want to and throw a lot of strikes and mix it up. So once I did start throwing a little bit harder, it made it a little bit easier.
Last question for you. You mentioned consistency, recovery. Is there one other goal that you can really cite for Reds fans to look forward to, like something that you're hoping to accomplish this year as you go into your first pro season?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of ties into those two things. But if there was one thing I could say, is just be able to take the ball in every time that I'm supposed to, not trying to miss any time. Anytime my name gets called, I want to be ready to take the ball, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the consistency and recovery. So that's probably it.
Well, I'm excited to see you do that this year. Best of luck. I know Reds fans are super pumped to see what you're going to do, and it's a lot of fun when the big league team's already getting really exciting too, and I know you're going to be a big part of that very soon. But thank you so much for the time, Rhett.
Thank you.